Okay. What about when she said she didn't like pink?
Yeah. I heard that. I heard when she started talking about like, she didn't like white men. She only dated white men. That little chocolate stuff. When they was talking about that kid, the good hair, it was.
Okay, so now he's cut to. He said, "How are we defining racism and a choice of color? Society is in a place to choose what you are based on pronouns. How is that okay? But we worried about racism." So essentially, he's saying, "How is people gender identity okay when people are non-binary in their pronouns and being transgender? But we worried about people dating and being racist because for somehow every time we're talking about this, they start getting transphobic. I don't know why."
Ooh, how did we get there? They crashed out. Lord, why y'all crashing out, Kristen? Harris, Mr. and Mrs. Harris, why y'all crash out? Y'all was doing good. Y'all was doing kind of good. Y'all remember where I was? I was right when you started talking about how the stuff you dislike with Miss Harris. That's where I cut off. That's exactly where I cut
Okay,
off.
well, I'm gonna read those really quickly. Hold on, let me give myself an interview while before Kofi. Do I got enough time? No.
You can go.
So really quickly, I said that she made me uncomfortable. They ran from my panel after they gaslit me. They came back up. She said if she didn't have a fetish for her husband, no, she said if I don't have a fetish for my husband, I don't need to be married. She said that she has a fetish for her husband. Devious then entered the debate. He asked her, why does she only like black men, or what does black men have that she prefer? She said that she does not like pink and light. He then interjected and said, I'm sorry, I did not ask you what you dislike about white teen men. I asked you what you like about black men. She said she was attracted to dark skin. She said her parents were racist and she did not like that. She said she likes black men, hair color, lip size, and body shape. Now her husband is yelling and defending her because now he is mad. Her husband was then told to fix his tone. He did. He said, how are we defining racism and a choice of color when society is in a place to choose what you are based on your pronouns? How is that okay? But we are worried about racism. Okay, go ahead.
I just want to say, dear black men, please, I need y'all to realize that some of y'all are being used as as like little like psychology experiments. You were raised in a racist home and you internalized that by now fetishizing black men, which means that those same racist ideas that you were being fed with within your family home, you internalized that in a different way and started fetishizing black men using the same tropes that black men have been used to demonize black men. Like, you don't realize that. And then you are sitting there listening to your wife talk about, oh, he's like food. Oh, he's so delicious, chocolate. Oh, like fetishizing you. And you're sitting there trying to defend it and gang buck at us. I have no words. What do you want me to say? I have no words. You're lost. Like, are you not hearing what she's saying right next to you? Like, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just typing in my notes. Everything that Kofi just said. I want to hear from Kristen and her man again. Because I did think Kofi's question was a good question. Mr. Harris, you are getting buck with us in Kofi's words and yelling at us because we're calling out your wife for fetishizing you based off of your blackness and your dark skin. Are you not hearing what she is saying on the side of you?
So let me get this right. Black girls called you ugly? So do you want me to believe that the white girls called you handsome? The black girls called you ugly. So you want me to believe that the if the black girls called you ugly, I'm damn sure the white girls didn't call you handsome. Because guess who told it?
So, Mr. Harris, again, you're getting upset with us for calling out your white tea woman for fetishizing you and calling you food, as well as saying she does not like pink, so she likes dark, even though there are pink black men. And saying that is why she only dates black men because of their lip size, their body shape, and their hair color. Fetishizing black men. Are you not hearing what is being said beside Batty? pose for me. As real cute. No, tell me. Hey, I'm sorry. Can you answer that for me?
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and address a few things for refreshing. Okay, brother, I am that whole spew. No disrespect to what you represent and who you are. I'm gonna just be honest with it.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about in regards to his pronouns and what he was trying to address as far as who he was.
Pronouns are he, him. We were referring to. What are you talking about?
What are we talking about right now, G?
Answer his question.
Okay, I'll answer the question. In regards
You know
to
what my question is?
who is this?
Do you not
Refreshing.
hear that I'm fetishizing you sitting right
That
next
was not my question. I asked you, what is it about black men that you find attractive that you can't find in any other racial demographic of men? Please do not proceed to start telling me why you hate white men. I don't care. No shit.
There's no difference of me having a type than somebody else having a type for a different reason.
Okay, so that raises the question
prefer
for
to date
me,
men,
Miss
then you
Kristen.
prefer to date men, you're only going to be attracted to
Miss
men.
Kristen,
I'm
Miss
so sorry.
Kristen, Miss Kristen. Hold on, twin. Let me shut this down real quick because I'm starting to get irritated.
You can
We
try.
are not going to continue to bring up sexual orientation and gender identity in this conversation.
Same thing.
Because every time y'all bring up sexual orientation and gender identity in this conversation, y'all are making it seem like it is a choice. It is not a choice. We do not support that homophobic, transphobic ideology. People are not deciding what their identity is. However, dating black men.
Why?
It was having a type. If you have a type of being with another man, that's
Don't talk over me, Kristen.
I am not the normal white bitch you think.
I don't care. You've been muted. I don't know who you think you talking to. This is my panel. And y'all been disrespecting me this whole time. I've been nothing but respectful to the both of you. But when I'm talking, I demand every single mic to be muted in my space. Now, I've been letting y'all have y'all way, tell y'all story, bring up anecdotes, but no longer will you cut off me in the middle of when I'm talking. I'm sorry that you felt like what you had to say was more important than my black voice on the conversation of when something is racist or not. But that is not what is going to continue to happen here. Let me be very clear about that. I don't care who you taste in your mouth. I don't care what black man you have inside of you. You will respect me for the black woman that I am. And I especially don't care what black children you may have pushed out of yourself. You will always respect me as the original woman. Ma'am, Mrs. Now, getting back to gathering you, we don't support any homophobia. So stop comparing you only dating black men, which is an active choice and active decision, to people's sexual orientation and their gender identity. TikTok, we don't support any bullying, any harassment, any hate speech. It's live for educational purposes only. Again, we don't support any bullying, any harassment, any hate speech. It's live for educational purposes only. Guys, if I can get 130K likes out of y'all in the next 2 minutes, that will be great. Can we comment "We love TikTok shop" and gift the panel? We want to make sure that this live stays up. I hate having to read people because they tend to get upset when I do that, and I want to be as respectful as possible because this live at the end of the day is for educational purposes only. I want Kristen to unpack. She already has black children.
I just want to say real quick, thank you for whoever sent me that. I dance for gifts, so now y'all got a dance y'all finna see.
All right, Kristen and Mr. Harris, y'all can answer Refreshing's question, which, Kristen, the question is, what is it about black men that you like that you can't find in any other demographic of men? After you answer that question, we're going to go to Kofi's question and make sure you answer that as well. Do not bring up sexual orientation or gender identity in this conversation because that is not a choice. Dating black men.
I've already told you what I'm attracted to. I prefer dark skin. That's just what I prefer. I have a type. It's no difference than having a type.
Great. Don't say it's no difference. Don't say it's no difference than having a type in gender, and because again, that is a choice. You dating black men is a choice. Black is not a real thing. So my question to you said black men is your type. What type of men are black men? Can you answer that question to me? Since black men are your type, tell me what type of men are black men, because what you are doing is in fact stereotyping.
Don't
So what
forget
type of men? Tell me right now, what type of men are black men, Kristen?
Why is that stereotyping?
I have a preference.
That's
Okay,
it.
that's nice. You can
I
take
have
preference all day long.
black
The word
men
that,
from
to
all
prefer
different types of
something. Okay,
origins.
that's
I have
nice.
dated
That's
black men
nice.
from the
That's
hood. I've
nice.
dated rich
That's
black
nice.
men. I've
That's
dated men
nice.
in my
That's
church,
nice.
but
That's
they've
nice.
all been
That's
black.
nice. I'm gonna mute you once again because there you go again talking over me. The hood is African American vernacular English. You are not African American. You do not know what the hood is. The hood is just a short term for neighborhood. So you saying that you dated black men from the hood? Every black man that you dated was from a neighborhood unless he was homeless. So I'm not understanding why you would point out that you dated black men from the quote unquote hood unless you are talking about an impoverished black neighborhood, and referring to that as the hood is anti-black because it is white people taking our terms that we created during African American vernacular English and then reapplying a disrespectful and demeaning meaning to them. And it does not mean ghetto or the ghetto where black people are quote unquote supposedly from. You know, the term that y'all took from when the mustache man was using it against Jewish communities, and y'all started saying, oh yeah, the ghetto is where black people mean now. The hood is not synonymous with the ghetto. It just simply is a short word for neighborhood. Please do not redefine our terms here, beloved, in African American vernacular English, because I do not support that. Therefore, you telling me that you dated black men from the quote unquote hood means you dated black men from a neighborhood. My black man is from a neighborhood. I thought all black men were from neighborhoods. Do not everybody have neighborhoods if they have homes? That just doesn't make sense to me. Apartment buildings are still going to be neighborhoods. Projects are still going to be neighborhoods. That's all that term is. So let me correct that for you. I don't care you dated black men of all different backgrounds. The thing that all of those men have in common were their blackness, which means you dated them on the basis of their blackness, which means that you reduced those black men to their blackness and sought them out because they're black, which is dehumanizing. You dehumanize them down to their blackness. Reducing black men is a sick and sinister form of racism, and you as a white tea woman directly benefit from that, whether you want to hear it or not. It is not cute to me. Now you may respond, beloved.
All right. So for starters, you cut me off in the middle of my statement. I said that I also dated rich black men, but you muted me before I could say that. I also dated black men in a church. I have dated black men from all over, including the hood. And when I say the hood, I mean downtown Miami and fucking Carroll City. That's what I mean, the hood. Okay.
Right. So once again, you didn't listen to nothing that I just said, and that's why I muted you, because the hood is just
Did it again, so we're gone.
the hood. Bye, leave. Nobody cares. The hood is just short for neighborhood. Every black man comes from a neighborhood. The hood is just short for neighborhood.
Exactly.
The hood has nothing to do with downtown Miami. It is just short for neighborhood. So saying that you dated rich black men as if rich black men cannot come from the hood, which is the neighborhood, is dumb. Whitey rage, whitey rage.
It for views in my
Whitey rage, whitey rage.
money. That's
Hallelujah. This life is for educational purposes only. Hallelujah. That rage will not work here. Hallelujah. The devil is a liar.
Brad, can I comment real quick?
Yeah. If you can talk in between her unmuting and screaming, go ahead.
Okay. So I just wanted to, the reason why I put